We beheld
I've
that
always
new
wanted to
weapon
fight a
at the
mathematician.
monastery, the Oracle.
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm. Never mi-
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list, and he must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
I swear, the more he talks, the more pain it makes me want to inflict on his person.
Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution.
Nice of Seer Wiley to leave us this nightlight. Sorry. Rejuvenation device.
Sharp enough.
That device
Hostiles
may
near.
be the deciding factor in whether you live or die in the future. Unless you can expedite hemostasis and proliferate new tissue and bone within a fraction of a second.
Sorry, I've no target. This might sting. A lot. Step aside. Swine.
Ready to assist with Agent's health needs.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
to Architect's perspiring brow if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time.
Scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is... Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative.
Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist. I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then. I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Wait, why am I arguing with you about this?
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
You would if it was your colony being invaded. Neutrality only ever supports the oppressor.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it.
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
found another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think...
Hey, none of that. Remember what Wiley told us.
Potential
Document
combatants
every
in
corpse
the
you
vicinity.
find so we have an accurate head count later?
Well, yes, that. But also not everyone will share our vision of the plan. We gave them the option to join us. It's not our fault they chose wrong.
Predicting.
Either restore my life or avenge my death!
Emergency protocols ready. As indicated.
Doctor at best, proceeding forward. Moving to...
To bathe in hostile zones is highly discouraged.
Who needs to die?
Junction boxes such as these. These may have wiring that can be detected via the N-ray scanner.
Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for? You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way. Much appreciated. We'll present our final arguments once you've returned with the research.
Those who do not follow the plan will be terminated from...
Friendly company. With both eyes open.
It's the unknown variable!
Recharge the mayhem!
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
The student wants to know.
Keep to Riley! Eliminate the target!
Based on the available map of the monastery, this would be the abbot's private room.
The good abbot's intent on distracting himself from the misery of existence with worldly goods never works.
intervention, she would make peace with the primitive minds of Auntie's choice. This must be prevented, whatever the cost, or humanity's ascendance will be forestalled by centuries, if not millennia. Agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
Attempting to rescue the hostages may significantly delay your mission. Awaiting orders, Commander. Acknowledged. Updating priorities.
Definitely not. We should be the only ones killing hostages around here.
High probability.
Arrows indicate this safe is of some consequence. Completing the puzzle mentioned by the seer Riley may open it. This contraption appears to have no greater purpose than to waste your time, Commander.
Something dangerous or disruptive.
That's right.
My death!
I'll be aiding!
On what target? Either restore my life or avenge my death!
Your possibility.
Taking cover!
Of assistance.
Taking cover. Faulty impact variable.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
All of the rift. That's all. Swine.
Resuming hostilities. Initiating positive reinforcement. Congratulations on successfully activating the puzzle, Commander.
Look, they obviously meant for this to waste our time. Let's just find a way to kill the hostages so we can move on.
Congratulations, Commander. These hostages are no longer under threat of imminent pulverization.
We should be okay here for now. Okay, Wiley is just dividends for all of us.
Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares.
You too, huh? Hush. The theoreticians are talking.
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including outright annihilation. An annihilated entity cannot advance the plan.
But maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
I see someone has been reading On the Origin of Sprats. It has that effect on people.
Mental carceration and the potential unreality of conscious experience adds an interesting dimension to the argument. It's certainly worth exploring.
Perhaps later. For now, I feel we should reward our guest with their choice of reward, given the idiosyncratic nature of his conclusion. Armor or weapon? Very well. You can retrieve it from the same drawer where you deposited our research materials. We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free to stay and observe our period of silent, sustained reading. Otherwise, until we next confer.
A random occurrence, perchance.
Aggressor at hand.
Investigating disturbance. Terminating unproductive activity.
Anticipating trouble.
No fight! No fight!
Near jump's not a good look, Commander.
Health benefits available.
Sorry, I've no target.
An alarming amount of fluids, Commander.
Unfriendly in combat
And he
range.
tells me, oh well, no use deliberating over unobservable quantum outcomes, as they say. Can you believe that?
No. How did you respond?
I said, unobservable quantum outcomes.
That wasn't intentional.
Commander, don't make me avenge you. Sorry, I've no target.
Negative. Pharmaceutical reload in progress. Health benefits available.
We can slow it down.
Emergency protocols ready. to assist with agents' health needs.
Not possible. No target to gun. All on the wrist. Step aside. Blind. It's a fight. It might just step aside. Blind.
It's a fight!
As indicated.
This might sting. A lot. All in the wrist. All in the wrist. Let's swap in pride. This might sting. A lot. Step aside. Swine. Bring the pride.
Atone for your logical fallacies!
Revive me so I can kill him!
I'm alive. Who needs to die? Look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything. That's preposterous. In a transparent attempt at sowing discord between us, I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate the failings in your logic. Suffice to say, you misunderstand the basic fundamentals of my objectives. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment. What in the Architect's computational summary are you on about? That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. My talent without peer. What has Joseph ever done for the Order except occupy my valuable time with useless queries? No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. My math is always correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What more could I have done? Where did I err? Enough! Please. Your point has been sufficiently made, and I truly lack the capacity to debate you further. I've already sent Augustine everything she needs. But all our communications are on this terminal. It is yours to peruse. Though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obviously, my analytical acumen is not what I'd assumed. All I know is that I was never meant to stop you. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down and notify them of my resignation from the Order. Effective immediately. I have no more predictions to offer, now or ever. What a fool I was, to believe I mattered in the plan's grand scheme.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything. much obliged for... However, though the code... Yet we must act... I'm much... However, though the code... Yet we must act...
The peace talks are imminent, Commander. Please return to the incognito when you are ready to depart.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon, that is, Seer Wiley. I'm greatly relieved to hear it. Did he mention me at all? I'd rather hope that would not come to light. I gather he did not receive the revelation well. I'm sure you also think me to blame for all of this. But you have to understand my position. How ill-equipped all in the Order are for this new world. With the schism and now the war, the Order stands alone for the first time in its storied history. We have no experience with governance. Well, myself especially. Education takes time, and that is the one thing the Order does not seem to have in abundance these days. Still, I take your meaning. We must do better. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery, regrettable as the business was. You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon inside the observatory, the Oracle. It was Landon's design. Only seems fitting you take it. This key will unlock the case. May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan.
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Best we start discussing strategy, Commander.